Be me, 25 years old, in a relationship that feels real. Been seeing this girl, Emma, for a few months. We met at work, and there was an instant spark. Our dates felt effortless. We were always laughing. She had this way of making everything feel light. At first, I thought it was just a fun fling. But as time went on, I started to feel more. She became my confidant, my partner, my best friend. We shared everything. Our thoughts, our dreams, our fears. I found myself falling for her, harder than I expected. She said the same thing. She felt it too. One evening, we were lying on the couch together, her head on my chest, listening to music softly. Everything felt perfect in that moment, like it could last forever. She looked up at me, eyes filled with something I couldn't place. "You're different," she said, her voice soft but serious. My heart skipped a beat. What did that mean? Different? How? I asked, genuinely curious. She smiled and sighed, as if thinking carefully. "I don't know. You make me feel seen. I haven't felt this way in a long time." It made me feel special, like I mattered, but then her smile faded slightly, and she turned away. I could tell something was bothering her, but what? What's wrong? I asked, trying to understand. She didn't respond right away, and I felt her tension. Finally, she spoke, her words slow and deliberate. "I don't know if I'm ready for this, for us." My heart sank. I couldn't make sense of it. "I don't understand, Emma. You said I'm different." She took a deep breath, her fingers fiddling with the fabric. I know, but there are things I'm not ready for." I could feel her pulling away, emotionally distant. "Are you saying you don't feel the same way?" She shook her head, her eyes avoiding mine. "No, it's not that. I do care about you more than I can explain." I wanted to reach out to her, hold her, make everything okay. But she looked like she was holding back tears. "I just don't know if I'm in the right place for us. Anon." Her voice cracked, and I could hear the hesitation in it. My stomach twisted, and the confusion was overwhelming. I had to know what was going on. "You've been different too. You've been distant lately," I said. "I don't want to lose this, Emma. Please don't pull away." She sat up, her face strained with emotion. "I don't want to lose it either," she whispered. "But I need time. I need to figure out who I am before I commit to something more." I could see it in her eyes, this quiet uncertainty. It hurt more than I expected, her words stinging like cold water. "I'm not asking you to commit right now," I said, trying to stay calm. "I just want us to figure this out together. I don't want to let go." She shook her head slowly. "I think I need to do this on my own." Her voice was firm now, and it left no room for argument. It felt like everything was crumbling around me. I didn't know how to make her stay, how to make things right. "I'll give you space," I said, my voice barely above a whisper. But deep down, I was dying inside. She nodded, her eyes filled with sadness. "I think you're amazing, Anon, truly. You're different, and that's why this is hard. But I need to figure out what I really want. I hope you understand." I wanted to scream, to tell her not to leave, but instead, I swallowed the words, nodding. "I understand, Emma. I just wish it didn't have to be this way." She stood up, giving me one last look before walking out the door. I sat there in silence, staring at the empty space she left behind. It didn't make sense. We were so good together. She said I was different, that I made her feel things. And yet, she still walked away. I didn't know if it was love or just timing, but the hurt was real. The silence that followed her departure was deafening. I thought about everything we shared, everything we built, but no amount of thinking could change her mind. I sat there for what felt like hours, trying to make sense of it. But sometimes, no matter how much you care, it's not enough. And in the end, love isn't always about staying together. Sometimes, it's about learning to let go and grow apart.